Financial mathematics, also known as business maths. So we are going to consider some terms in business. The simple interest. When you borrow money from the bank, they use the formula I equal P times T times R over 100 to calculate the interest on the loan. That is the simple interest. P is what we refer to as the principal, and T is the time to take you to pay back. Then the rate of the interest is R. The amount that you pay at the end of the year is given by the principal plus the interest that has been calculated. Now we also have another form of interest known as the compound interest. This one, we calculate the interest and add it to the principal. So for the next year, the interest will be calculated on the amount at the beginning of that current year. So if a principal P is invested for n years at R% per annum, then the formula for calculating the amount of money is given by A equal P into 1 plus R over 100 exponent T, where A is the amount and P is the principal, then R is the rate of interest, then a time is T in years. So we have this and we are calculating the value of X. So 225 yields 27 in X years at a rate of 4%. So we know the interest, simple interest formula is P times T times R over 100. So now we just sub in. So we know the principal is the 225 naira, and the interest is the 27 naira. Then we're also given the time to be X years, then the rate is 4%. So we just substitute all this into this formula to obtain 27 is equal to 27 naira. 27 naira is equal to 225 naira times X times the rate, which is R%. Now we just simplify this to obtain. So we have 27 is equal to, so we calculate this and we obtain 900x over 100. So 27 is equal to 9x. So we now divide both sides by 9 to obtain 27 over 9, which is equal to 3 years. Now we have this. If 25,000 naira is kept in a bank at the rate of 2% simple interest, how much will it amount to at the end of 5 years? So we have the simple interest formula, I equal P times T times R over 100. So we know the principal is equal to 25,000 naira. 25,000 naira. Then we also have the rate is equal to 2%. Then we also have the time is 5 years. Now we are calculating the amount at the end of the 5 years. So amount is given by the principal plus the interest. So we know the principal already, so let's calculate the interest to obtain 25,000 naira times the time, which is 5 years, times 2 all over 100. So we simplify this to obtain the interest. Interest is equal to, so this will give us 250. So you know the 100 goes here, 250 times 10. So we have 250 times 10, which is 2,500 naira. So the amount will now be equal to the addition of the principal, which is 25,000 naira, plus the 2,500 naira, and this will give us 27,500 naira. We have this one too, and this is on simple interest. So we know the car cost 5 million naira, and he deposited 3 million naira. So the balance will be equal to the 50 million naira minus the 3 million naira. 50 million naira minus the 3 million naira. So this gives us 2 million naira. 2 million naira. So we were told that he agreed to pay the balance at 8% compound interest per annum. 8% compound interest per annum. So you know the amount is equal to principal into 1 plus r over 100 all to the exponent of t. So that is the compound interest formula. Now, so our amount now becomes the 2 million times 1 plus the r, which is 8%. So all to the exponent of 2. So we have 2 million naira being multiplied by, this will give us 1.08 squared. 1.08 squared. So if you multiply this, we get 2,332,800 naira. So we get 2,332,800 naira. So when he pays 1 million at the end of each year, then he will be paying 2 million at the end of the 2 years. So at the end of 2 years, at the end of the second year, you'll be paying 2 billion naira. You'll be paying 2 million naira. So the remaining amount to be paid, will be this. We subtract the 2 million from this to obtain 332,800 naira. The correct answer is E. Now the simple interest on this 600,000 for 3 whole number 3 over 4 years is 56,250. Now this is our principal, so So our interest was 56,250. 56,250 cedis. Then we also have the rate, which is the rate was, we don't know, that's what we are finding. Then we also have the time, which is 3 whole number 3 over 4 3 over 4 years. So we convert this and we get 15 over 4 years. So plug in these values into the formula. So we get 56,250 is equal to the principal, which is 600,000 cedis, times the number of years, which is 15 over 4, then times the rate that we are finding, all over 100. So we just have to simplify this and solve for R. So we have 56,250. So this cancels this, is equal to, so we multiply this by 15 over 4 to get 22,500. Now we divide both sides by 22,500 to obtain the rate to be equal to, the rate is now equal to, so calculate this in your calculator to obtain the rate to be 2.5%. 2.5%. Mr. Amos bought a car for 2.5 million cedis in 1985, and he pays 40% of the cost and pay the rest in equal monthly installments. So the amount paid is 40% of 2.5 million. 40% of 2.5 million, which is giving us 1 million. Now the amount remaining to be paid is 2.5 million minus 1 million, which is giving us 1.5 million. So we need to calculate the interest at 18%, simple interest. Then we can get the amount that you'll be paying, the total amount you'll be paying after the initial payment. So we have this becoming our new principal. So our principal is equal to 1.5 million. So the interest will become 1.5 million times 8 times 18 all over 100. So we calculate this. We calculate this to obtain. So we simplify this to obtain the interest to be equal to 2,160,000. Now the total payment, the total amount that he paid, Mr. Amos paid, the total amount Mr. Amos paid after the initial payment, will be equal to the 1.5 million plus the 2,160,000. 2,160,000 cedis. So the total payment after the initial payment becomes 3,660,000. So this is in Ghana cedis. Now we are supposed to calculate the monthly installment. So we just divide, because it is in equal monthly installment, we divide by the number of months. So monthly installments will be equal to the initial payment, the total payment after the initial payment, which is 3,660,000 divided by the number of months, which is 12 times 8, which is 96 months. So we have 8 months. We have 8 years, and each of them has 12 months. So that will give us 96 months. So we divide this to obtain 38,125 Ghana cedis. That is the monthly installment that Mr. Amos pays. Now, the total amount paid will now be equal to the 1 million paid initially plus the 3,660,000. So this will give us 4 million. This will give us 4,660,000 Ghana cedis, old Ghana cedis. So the B part, the II, you're supposed to calculate the percentage increase in the cost of the car. So we know percentage increase. The percentage increase will be equal to the increase in pay. So the increment over, so increment in the cost over the original cost of the car. So this times 100. Now the increment in cost will be the interest over the original cost. So we know that Mr. Amos paid a total interest of 2,160,000, and we divide this by the initial payment, which is 2.5 million times 100, and this will give us 86.4%.